What's up, fellow clashers? It's Apollyon here, and thought I'd do a little something different. I'm not even sure if I've ever seen this before. I'm sure it's out there, but I think we'll do like instead of just the war recap, I'll get that out later. But to try something like who wore it best. Well, let's do like a who hit it best. We were very fortunate this war. I think we cleared our town hall nines so super early. We had a chance for our other guys to hit already 3-star bases. And one of the cool things about Clash of Clans, one of the many cool things, is how multi-dimensional it is, and being able to pick different strategies to beat the exact same base. It's very versatile. I know you've probably said, well, I would go GoHo that base, or I'd LaLoon it, or I would do an Archer Queen walk. And most of the time, you're all correct. There's probably one specific strategy that is more effective than another to any specific base out there. But you definitely can hit a base multiple different ways. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to check out two bases with two different attacks on each of them, just to give you an idea of what you can do and what you can't do. Well, not what you can't do, but what you can do with different army compositions and different attack methods. So we're going to check this base out. It is a complete maxed Town Hall 9, so I'm not trying to pick a like a really weak base that you could hit with almost anything. But if you did say you would go mass goblin with 250 goblins, then you are wrong. So that I would love to see on a max Town Hall 9 base. But we're going to see two different attacks. We're going to see the first one done by El Rampo, and he's going to go ahead and bring in I think a GoHo with Shattered Entry and a Quad Quake with 2 heals and a Rage. He's going to go ahead and come in at the 1 to 2 o'clock side, and he's going to have a massive wall breaker fail. I mean, if you take a look here, it's the timing. I did the exact same thing this war. It happens to the best of us. But you watch this mortar. He'll send the wall breakers in just a second here. Anytime. There we go. And boom, there goes the mortar number 1. Sends the other ones in, and here comes the mortar, and boom. So the wall breaker has failed. Nothing happens there. So they're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and they're going to have to bust in and start throwing some Valkyries in there too. Fortunately, the funnel was fantastic, so they have absolutely nowhere to go but run in here, take care of the clan castle, rage everything up, so they'll eat through that clan castle super fast. And with this GoHo or GoVaho, he'll go ahead and be able to take these hogs while they're being distracted by the kill squad, and has another heal for them. To make it through the rest of this base. So they definitely need to get healed up. They've taken some splash damage. That balloon is still doing damage, falling around, trolling the friendly king. The queen is completely ignoring everything and just going about her business. The hogs are still making their way through the base. That balloon is still, from the clan castle, is still going. So, the queen is still firing away, and that balloon now is chasing the hogs. The queen still is ignoring the balloon. So, not the cleanest attack, but definitely a good one. So they finally clean up all the defenses, and the queen, I think, takes the one shot and gets rid of it. So very, very nice. And we're in cleanup mode, so we'll go ahead and fast forward it. And 3 stars for El Rampo with a very nice attack. So there's your example of a ground attack with a GoVaho. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the exact same base getting hit by our number 4, and he's going to use a LaLoon. All right, so same base, completely different strategy, completely different entry points, completely different composition and deployment here. So Brandon's going to go ahead and hit the exact same base, and he's going to bring a Shattered. So he's going to bring the same entry as far as 2 golems, one max and one of his own. But but he's going to go ahead and jump in this time, and his goal is, he's going to do a LaLoon or a GoLaLoon, and his goal is to take out that enemy queen and the 2 air defenses in order to make this work. So he wall breaks in there, and doesn't even really need to get that jump. I mean, the king will have to take it to get the queen, but I think the queen is already on queen. So we got queen on queen action. That king is just banging on the storage unit. So could have saved the jump there. It's better to bring it than not to. Also allows that king to jump in and take out that air defense. So definitely, I guess it was worth it, just not to kill the enemy queen. So the two air defenses are down. Sends one hound in from the 6 o'clock and the other one in from the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock position. Drops the loons in there right following there, and brings 2 rages and a haste in order to go ahead and get those loons right in there to the air defense. Take out that expo and then head towards the air defense, take it out, and sends another lava hound, the last one in from the noon position, followed right by the balloons. And still has one more rage, sends the rage through to get through that wizard tower, which chews through those loons with the splash damage. They finally make it through, get rid of the sweeper. Lots of lava pups that are focused on all the other trash buildings, and the king kind of chasing them around. And yeah, they're going to make their way through. Get rid of that, at least that splash damage. Archer towers goes down, and then they have to go ahead and fade that expo, which is doing some damage, as well as that black seeking mine. They have finally finished that expo, last defense, and they are now going to clean up. So it doesn't get the best splits, so it does take a little bit more time, but the base is completely crushed. So very nice attack by Brando as well. 3 stars for both of them, both great strategies, both good deployments, and yeah, so how would you hit that base? I mean, you could do a lot of different things with it, but he just showed. So anyway, we'll go ahead and pick one more base out, and we'll do the same thing. We'll check out number 7. Not a max base, but it's still a decent anti-3 layout, kind of like a dragon flower. Very low air defenses, which scream to me LaLoon. But we're going to watch Sen come in here with a GoHo, and he's going to go for a ground attack. Looks like pretty much almost max Town Hall 8 defenses, with the exception of a couple of expos that are thrown in there. Obviously, the additional air defense that is level 5. And I think this is a low-level wizard tower, but it's an additional wizard tower for Town Hall 9, as well as the, I think there's another archer tower in there too. So yeah, so low-level archer tower, but again, that's for that. So we'll go ahead and check this thing out. Sen's going to go ahead and bring a GoHo in here, and I don't know if he does stoned or shattered. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. And beats the base pretty quickly. So sends the first golem in there, sends the second one, so he is definitely going to go stoned with 3 golems. Sends the max golem in there, and all the wizards completely spread out for that funnel. Brings the 2 wall breakers there, break through that wall, and Queen's going doing her thing and funneling in along with the king. So they're making their way, and drops that 3rd golem in there to start, for the large push to get through the back of this base. Does bring a jump, which he uses. Very nice jump. That's going to get him right into all those compartments. Pretty much open the entire base for him. It's just about a perfect jump. And then rages up his kill squad so he could take out those balloons and those dragons. They're down super fast with the wizards and the queen backing them up. Trip the giant bomb. And now it's about time to start deploying the hogs, as that queen and giant bombs have gone down and been tripped. And has 2 heals for these things, and an extra poison for the skelly traps, just in case he needs one. They've already tripped 1 skelly trap, but that queen's taking care of all of those skellies, along with those extra wizard. Still have a couple, at least 1 skelly trailing him and trolling him, but he still has an extra heal he hasn't used yet. So they're making their way across the base. He's stuck on that expo, but finally pushed their way through it. Both expos are down. Not even sure where the other giant bombs are. I think they've only tripped 1 that I've seen so far. So still have to worry about that second one. But we're in cleanup mode. So we'll go ahead and fast forward. I'm sure they'll trip it at some point. And it was a very nice attack. So 3 stars for Zen. Now we'll go ahead and check the other option about hitting this number 7, one of the many other options that you can do. Alright, so Lady Mystica is going to show us another way of hitting this base, same everything, same design. Believe it or not, same clan castle troops in there. It's amazing. So second hit on this base, we're going to use a go. Do we do a go? I think a GoDragLaLoon. So GoDragLaLoon. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. GoDragLaLoon. So uses an earthquake and zap, or zake as I say it, to take out that first air defense. He's got 3 more left. She has 3 more left, and she's going to start sending in some hogs. And I'm not sure if this was to get the clan castle or what, but whatever it is, it's a fail. And then send some loons in here, I think, too, and that's also a fail. There's way too much point defense for those hogs and for those loons. They are just going to get eaten alive by 2 Teslas, 3 air defenses, and possibly the cannon, except the cannon can't hit it. So I think we give up on trying to get the clan castle done. But imagine if we didn't use those units to try to take out that air. This base would have been completely annihilated and crushed if we could have brought either another dragon or 2 or something like that, or another lava hound or whatever, or use the loons on the back end. So starts the funneling with the minions, the dragons, and needs to take out that queen, and needs to take out those 3 air defenses. But we have a plan for that. So those dragons are starting to work their way in there. Drops a king for a little bit of tanking and start clearing out some of the trash too. But she needs to push these dragons through the core, and we'll go ahead and speed them up with haste, get them through. They will lock on to that queen and that dragon and start taking her out. And then we'll go ahead and send in some of the lava hounds as soon as they get close to that air defense, because that's really what we're worried about. Lava hounds go in, sends 2 in there to start tanking that level 5 one and soak up those traps, and sends those loons in from behind. Need to go ahead and take out that air defense as soon as possible. Sends a haste in there to send those loons, and as well as get those those lava hounds to speed up to the next air defense. Sends the right hound, as we weren't really watching or paying attention, and those loons are going to go ahead and take that last or second to last air defense out. As the last lava hound is finally tanking, pops at the perfect time. All those loons are go completely around that air defense, knock it out. And we've got a great spread of tons of lava pups, tons of loons, and not tons of dragons, but dragons to clean up that entire base. So barring that entry, everything else was perfect, and would have crushed it even more than she crushed it if the entry was a little smoother. But a very, very nice attack, very nice way to hit this base as well. Could you LaLoon it only? Probably. Could you have done a queen walk on it? Possibly. There's a lot of other options, but just wanted to show you that you do have options of both hitting ground and air on multiple bases as they're designed. So anyway, I hope you're able to take these attacks, get those 6-star wars, and practice those 3-star attacks.